Look, I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look, Papa don't preach, teachers don't teach. Gon' reach, that's facts. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm making that cash stack. Bunch of O's like NASCAR, but it's really more like NASDAQ. Why they thinking that they hot when they really more like quarter on me like a referee? Hating what they'll never be. Small top with a big bottom, yeah, shorty shaped like a letter D. Let her have it, then I let her be. If you love it, gotta let it grow. Crazy cause you really never know. When I'm hurting, never let it show. I'm a two-tone, two-phone, two-chain, new thing, lane whip, but you a broke. Low class, no cash, certified lame. I'm getting to it like I ought to. Couldn't pick, so I bought two. Understand why your chick came, I'm just trying to figure why she brought you. I'm really reppin' and I'm flexed up, and I ain't gotta tell them I'm next up. Sleep on the they rest up, but I'm up and I'm getting my checks up. Me and the fellas be high as propellers, ain't could tell us we great. Looking at like how do you figure unless you been talk about 8 figures. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look how we litty, we turned up the city, we raising the bar height. I been finessing, just look at them stressing, yeah, they been up all night. Sipping this water with somebody's daughter, she take what I taught her and build on it. Came in this game on that today, ain't in a couple years later, we still on it. Be hating on it, be waiting on it like a new season. I bet an acre on it, I put some paper on it like I'm loose leafing. Buying them assets, build me a cash net I could fall in. Look at my last bet, ain't got a tiptoe, I'm all in. Think on a level that can't fail, and I roll me a J with the hate mail. Been doing good on the merch sale, all this bread on me look like a bake sale. Tell her your was really good, I be really good on a jaw jack. Send an email about the bread, I'ma hit you back with the call back. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be.
Come on in, come on in. Hit that like button. Let me know where you guys checking in from. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. Hope everybody is blessed. Hope everybody is healthy. Hope everybody is prosperous. Come on in, come on in. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Not gonna be on here long. Not gonna be on here long. Just I actually was gonna do a pop up. It's usually Monday nights we do the Wise Men, but we did an earlier edition because we had a special guest on, and we had to be mindful of their time when you're dealing with corporate people um, of such. You got to do things during business hours. So shout out to our guest from earlier. The CEO of that company was in the chat answering questions as well, and that Freight Validate is a startup company, um, which the CEO of Freight Validate is also the CEO of a really large company in logistics. I'm gonna let you guys do your own research, but the company Freight Validate is a new startup company for the CEO, who also has another really large company in logistics. I'm gonna let you guys do your own research to know what that guy owns, but we're doing big things over here on the channel, and I promise you guys I'll continue to bring you the best information and the best people in the industry to bring you all the information that you need so that you can be successful in your business. So come on in, hit that like button, hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. I don't know. I may keep this live up. I may not keep it up. It all depends. All right, so my day started out. Um, my day starts out early, but I actually physically got, at 9 o'clock is when my day started as far as taking coaching calls. Had a bunch of calls today with clients who book coaching calls um, all day. I was on the phone literally all day. I got off the phone to do that live stream at 2 o'clock. Once I got off that live stream, I was back on the phone. Ended up going to the gym late. While I was in the gym, I was on the phone talking to Big Zoe, you know, uh, kind of coaching him through a deal he got offered by Rock Financial. So I spent an hour on the phone with him while I was at the gym. While I was at the gym, people who watched the channel were coming up to me, and you can ask Big Zoe, and I'm talking to them about Box Truck and why he's on the other line, and I'm trying to get a workout. Come home, come back home, back talking about box trucking, and now here I am now. The industry is messed up right now. A lot of people are struggling, and I've been saying that. I've been saying a lot of people are struggling. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling people now, listen, if you follow the content is based off what comes to me, where I see issues at, right, in the community. And the main issue that I'm seeing is cash flow. So, man, Mark, why are people having a hard time cash flow in their business? I really had to break it down. I really had to do the research and kind of figure out why. And it kind of reverts to or goes to cost of living. The box truck business is only going to bring you so much revenue with one truck. So if you've quit your job and you've come into this space to do this as your sole source of income, depending on what you were doing before and where your cost of living is at now, it just may not be enough money for you. So people are robbing from the sustainability of business, right? Because they have to live, which is, I understand that, right? But when you come into a business, the business has to sustain itself and you have to be able to pay yourself enough for you to live, right? If you rob from the sustainability of business to live, the business is going to suffer, right? If you run the business correctly and cash flow the business and pay yourself a minimal amount, then I wouldn't say you're going to suffer on a personal level. You may just have to decrease your cost of living. But depending on what you're able to pay yourself, you may not be able to decrease your cost of living to such a minute way of living. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what people's rent is, what their mortgage is, how many kids they have, uh, if they got pets. You know, everybody's cost of living is going to be different. But this box truck business right now, and I've been saying it for like the past month, you know what I'm saying? If you're coming into this space, you really have to buckle down and know what you're getting into. You have to really know what you're getting into. I don't think a lot of people know what they're getting into. And another issue that I see people coming across is these mentorships, man. These mentorships is killing y'all, man. Every day, every person I talk to, it's always the same spiel. I bought this person's master class. I spent this much money for this mentorship, and I didn't get anything. I was frustrated. Then I found your channel, and just watching your channel, I don't understand why people don't find my channel first. Maybe YouTube doesn't push me. I'm not heavy on Instagram where all the fake gurus are, but people find my channel and it gives them some form of, there's someone out there that's really an honest person that's really educating people, that has the experience. These mentorships is killing a lot of people. A lot of money people take and invest into these mentorships and don't get anything out of them is really killing people. It's killing people, man. Y'all got to stop paying for that shit. I'm just going to say it, man. I'm just going to say it, man. Stop paying for that shit. Well, Mark, it's easy for you to say, and some of the people may be in here, other creators may be in here. Mark, it's easy for you to say because you don't do mentorships. But guess what? I don't see anybody really getting anything out of them either. I get, coaching calls. Every time I hear people talk about these mentorships and talk about these people like dogs. Why do y'all pay for them? Why do y'all pay for them? Stop paying for them. Stop paying for them. Stop. You're doing it to yourself. You're paying people that lack experience in the industry. What do you expect? I say the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, but people go and do it. None of these people is kicking this box truck, cargo van, logistics, information, period. The way I'm kicking it, the way Kirk is kicking it. Why? They don't have the experience. If they were so cold at box trucking, they would be able to forecast stuff the way how come I can forecast stuff way down the line and be confident enough to tell you, yo, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and it happens. But these guys that charge tens of thousands of dollars can't or don't. But y'all will continue to go pay these people tens of thousands of dollars only to feel only to be left upset once you spend your money and then you download some bullshit, or you travel across country to Atlanta or wherever the hell these people is at to get fed a bunch of information that was Googleable. I'm gonna trademark that word, Googleable. I made that up just to get fed a bunch of bullshit that's Googleable. They're not giving you these forecasts. They're not telling you, yo, this is going to happen. They're not breaking this stuff down to you. But these are the gurus that you go spend tens of thousands of dollars with. But you got me that sits up here day in and day out and give you this information for free and give you valuable information that you can use and apply for free. Why do people do it to themselves? People don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear this type of information. And that's why I'm giving it to you. That's why I'm giving it to you. So come on in, hit that like button, because we're going to get into some shit. I actually came across a channel today, and it's very rare that I come across an influencer that knows what they're talking about. But I came across one today, and when I was watching the guy, it made me dig more into the content and everything that I've been telling you guys. This guy's telling you too. damn near verbatim. You know why I can sit up here and say this stuff and don't charge for mentorship and not beg no, because I don't need the money. It's clear. I got the experience. You know why Freight Validate came on the channel early? They vetted me. They said, we turn down interview requests all the time because a lot of people don't really know anything. It's just a bunch of influencers that don't know anything. We don't want to align ourselves with people who don't know anything, you know what I'm saying? And then later on they get called out for being a scammer or a fake guru, and now we can't backpedal that. It's refreshing to talk to someone, that really knows the industry. A lot of these people that you guys follow that are influencers on these platforms, they just don't know this industry. And they lead people down a path of failure. For the past week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I've been putting a lot of things in perspective for people. And a lot of my competitors don't like it. I found out who that was yesterday on Kirk's channel. Y'all said who it was, and I had to call up my anonymous buddies. Like, I keep telling y'all about my anonymous buddies. We already done put one guy on blast. It was who y'all said it was. Now, the thing about that situation is he wasn't trolling. He was 100% sure of the information that he was saying, and he was absolutely 100% wrong. He was absolutely 100% wrong. But this is somebody who sells courses. I don't know if he sells mentorship, but sells courses and all other type of dumb shit and doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't even think this kid is 25 years old. But, people will go and listen to the person's talk and put in the comments, man, you dropping gems. That's so true. Facts. And I'm looking at the same thing, and I'm trying to figure out where the gems were, where the facts were, and what in the hell was true in this video that I just watched. Because it was complete opposite of what people are saying in the comment section. The complete opposite. Person gives themselves away so many times. So then I have to turn I have to start looking at the people then. I got to start looking at you. Where's the viewers' common sense at? Where are the viewers' common sense at? And that's just one situation. There's other situations for some of what Kirk calls them your top 5. There's a bunch of people on Instagram. Oh my God, Instagram. If you want to fail in logistics, go over to Instagram. I'm going to give you an easy way to fail. I'm going to give you an express way to fail. Instead of making it all long and drawn out, right? Let me give you an express way to fail. Just go over to Instagram, start following people on Instagram that's in logistics with a lot of followers, and you'll fail a lot faster. Trust me, it'll be better for you. If you want to fail, just go over there. Hit the like button, man. See, people don't want to hear this. People want to know all the smart gems and stuff, but when you hold people accountable, they don't want to hear this. But what I want to do is I want to look at this guy I found earlier, and he's going to reiterate a lot of stuff that I've been talking about. One of the main things he's going to talk about is the ports and the containers that I be talking about, and how I can determine what peak season is going to look like. He runs off about other influencers that he does name, so you guys can, take that how you take it. But what I want you guys to pull out is a lot of the stuff that I talk about. All right. And then we're going to come back. I'm going to monologue, and then I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Come on in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. But yeah, I see you guys. Yeah, that definitely was him. I keep telling these people, listen, there's people out here that can find you. Like, you want to play these games, I could just, it's just a little paper. It's short paper too. It ain't really a lot of paper. Short paper. So you keep playing games, I'm going to keep putting you on the Summer Jam screen. So yeah, it was definitely him. It was him. Y'all were right. I didn't want to confirm it yesterday because I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to put something on someone that I was unsure about. So I had to do my due diligence. And yeah, y'all were right. So I just wanted to let y'all know that y'all was right. All right. All right, let's take a look at something. I found this guy. Shout out to this guy. Let me share my screen. Hold on a second. Let's share the screen. Let's share. So this guy's page is Benji Davis. He's a trucker. Let's take a look at this.
Truck driver world. So I'm here, man, and I'm gonna give y'all the game real. About you got all these people who scamming and all these different Ponzi schemes that people are buying into, So they're buying into these Ponzi schemes, right? They selling the game. So I'm telling y'all from firsthand the experience that I had, right? So for one, under your own authority, if you pull in containers from the UIIA, right? You got to be signed up with the UIIA. So all the containers that come in, they coming through the port and they coming through the rail yard, So this is my thing. I get emails every day from brokers, who want me to move containers, right? So what y'all have to understand is a shortage where ships are not coming in. They got ships that's sitting over there supposed to come from China, right? So all these big companies, Walmart, Amazon, everybody is affected by it, right? So then you got these cats.
I noticed he's talking about the shipping containers. He names the big box retailers.
With these Ponzi schemes, here it is that they're telling you, oh, well, you can make all this money moving these containers. First of all, this cat Brewster, you showing a video of containers going on a flatbed, right? You're not saying what the containers is paying. You're not saying what the settlements is. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you got a young boy that you got 10,000 out of him, that you teaching him the game. He's putting a container on that young boy flatbed. Well, he might send that boy to New York some goddamn where, or somewhere across the country. How he gonna get back? You ain't telling the game, like, once you go take that container one way, they could be paying $500. What is he gonna get to come back? You get what I'm saying? You're just showing a picture of a container and just showing trucks. You running around with these fucking red dreadlocks. You got people that's paying for your lifestyle. Here it is that we all know that's in the industry that ran the rail yards and ran the ports. We know the fucking rates is down. We know that containers ain't moving like that. But here it is, people be so quick to say, yo, I got a government contract. Why would the government give him a contract? Like, goddamn, nigga, you sexy? What, you sexy? We gonna give you a contract? The motherfucking CIA must be giving this dude contracts. I don't understand how you getting all these contracts, all these government contracts. What it is you trying to play on people's intelligence. Like, we're dumb. You use that word government or government contract. So therefore you want...
This is something I talk about too, because I got a video where I talk about an MBE, and a lot of people come to me at these government contracts and ask me about them, even in the live streams, and I tell you guys all the time, you know what I'm saying? It's not easy getting a government contract. You got to have an infrastructure. I say it all the time. A municipality, whether it's federal, state, county, city, if they're coming to you or if they post a project, normally it's a big project. It's not something that first of all, there's not really opportunities like that for box trucks. But when there are opportunities, it's for a business that has an infrastructure. They're not, well, we just need one box truck. They may need a bunch of stuff moved from delivered to, I don't know, a construction site. Or they may need a bunch of stuff delivered to, like, say, if you're in New York City, for all the New York public schools, PS 144, PS 146. One truck is not going to be able to handle a contract for the city of New York to deliver, let's say, whatever it is they need picked up from somewhere and delivered for all the public schools and high schools in the city of New York. It's going to require a business that has an infrastructure, trucks, people, and a business that has working capital, because contracts, federal contracts, city contracts, county contracts, state contracts, they're not going to pay you every week. They're not going to pay you every other week. They're going to pay you once a quarter. I say this all the time. Q1, January through March 31st. That ends Q1, March 31st. Guess what? You're not going to get paid in April because it takes 30 days for accounting. You're not going to see the money from the work that you did from January to March until sometime in May. And a lot of people just don't have the capital to be able to, one, have that much infrastructure. And then if you do have the infrastructure, be able to pay and float the business for that particular contract for 4 or 5 months until you get paid. I say this all the time, but yet and still people think you can just get a government contract because you have an MBE or a WBE. It's not that simple.
A person out here scratching the fucking surface, busting their ass, trying to go knock on the government door. Hey, let me go get a contract. Because Brewster did it. Brewster going to talk to people in prison. He got a government contract. Why I can't get one? It's not that easy. It's not that easy. You got a better chance of getting a contract with FEMA. You get a contract with FEMA, yeah, disaster, but you still running under your own MC. You got a better chance of doing that. But what's fucked up is that right now, truck drivers is losing everything. I run across so many brothers that's hurting financially with their own authority in this industry. They hurting and they come to me and I feel their pain because I lost 5 trucks. I didn't just go and lose 5 trucks. I lost 5 trucks because the rates is down. Like, I was feeding people, taking care of their families. Like, people brought houses and everything working for my company. But when this shit crashed and the rates was down, I couldn't afford to pay them. I couldn't afford to have truck.
Now, I agree with him because I do the same thing with everything he said so far. Him losing trucks means he just didn't time the market right. You know, that's something we talked about earlier. I talk about it all the time. Kirk talks about it. You know, that comes with experience. Everything he says in this video, I'm agreeing with him. This part right here, I'm not agreeing with him or disagreeing with him. And the Brewster guy, I know everybody knows who the Brewster. I'm not in the trucking lane. The reason why I'm showing this is because he talks about a lot of stuff that I talk about. There's going to be some stuff he's going to talk about further on that why I'm really playing the video. But he lost 5 trucks because he just didn't time the market. And that's where experience goes in. You know, I divested. Kirk divested during the pandemic, right? Because we had an opportunity to divest at a profit. And then there still was a lot of uncertainty on how things were going to continue to go with something that we've never lived through in the form of a pandemic. And we saw that work behavior had shifted, and it was hard to kind of gauge once what we knew or we found out what was COVID, then how people were going to recondition their mind to coming back to work after it was all over with. People had not worked for, at that point when I decided, yo, I'm just going to divest, and I don't know how much longer this is going to go. It's 2021 now. In my mind, I don't know. They're talking about 3 years. People not working, getting on this government funding for 3 years, ain't nobody going to come back to work. So let me take the money now and kind of see how this thing goes. Obviously, we made the right decision, right? But, I'm using this as a teaching point. You know what I'm saying? Everything in this video, I 100% agree with them, but this particular point is about timing. As a business person, you have to know how to time the market. You got to know how to time the market. If you have an asset, a depreciating asset, and you're able to sell that depreciating asset years later at a higher cost after you done beat this thing to shreds, then you might want to take that option. If you see the industry shifting, or you can forecast that the industry may shift, you don't want to get caught left holding the bag. That's what we call holding the bag. All right. So if you have to learn how to forecast, right? Because if the industry is going to shift, it's time for you to start diluting. It's time for you to start liquidating so that you can take those assets, whether it's a depreciating asset or an asset, pull cash flow from that, set that to the side to weather the storm, right? You don't want to get caught left holding the bag.
And insurance and all that shit to pay them people. So I had to let the trucks go because I couldn't afford them. So now even when I was moving containers, it was the same thing. Like here it is, I used to go 10 miles, right? The containers was paying $500, now that shit paying $150. You know what I mean? Come on, man. So at the end of the day, why are people still doing these Ponzi schemes when people are losing everything and hurting? It's like, if you supposed to be for us, you know what I mean? Right? If you for truck drivers, why are you putting your foot on our neck at the worst point of our lives? Like I'm going out, I'm getting the fuck out of this truck next week. But here it is that if I'm gonna teach somebody the game, I'm gonna teach them right. Right now, it ain't the time for nobody to be jumping out in this business as an owner-operator. If you got a CDL, get a job. We don't know what the hell is going on with this government. You got to let the storm blow over. So,
now, I give options for people who are coming into the box truck space. So the way I do it is, and I agree, I talk about semi-truck guys. I say if you're coming into the semi-truck business, you might want to get a job. I talk about how my best friend and other people I know that work for companies, how they're winning, and the guys that I know that are in the semi-truck lane that are owner-operators are failing. My best friend, JB Hunt, intermodal, company driver, local. Checking about $3,000 a week. This guy's winning about $150,000 GTS. 63. And he's a company driver for JB Hunt. He's a company driver. The owner operators I know are struggling. One just lost his truck. Now, I'm not saying that's everybody, but for the most part, that's what I see. I'm in Chicago. I'm in the intermodal capital. And my best friend does intermodal. So he works the rail yards. He's in and out of rail yards. He knows I create content. He FaceTimes me when he's in the rail yards. Yo, man, container's looking light, man. You might want to share this with your audience. I have a first-hand view because of my geographical location. So what he's telling you It's 100% right. But let's continue.
Get a job, man. You get what I'm saying? This ain't the time for an owner operator, man. And don't let these people fool you. They selling the game, man. Like anybody can look like, man, this nigga running around with red dreads. I'm gonna give him 10,000. Well, goddamn. You know what I mean? Damn, that's appealing to you for a truck driver as a fucking man. Come on. My dad been in trucking for 40 years. Hard working man. Hard working brother. Right? So I saluted my dad because he was a real trucker. A real truck driver. You know? Now here it is that people coming out here selling the game with all this bullshit, man. When you got people that know what's going on. We know. We know containers is fucked up. But they always throw government contracts. Well, you know what? I won't have shit to say about the brother. Show me weekly settlements. If you show me weekly settlements, what these drivers is doing or what they make in a week, nigga, I'll come down there and take your fucking goofy ass class. Nigga, I'll come take your motherfucking class. Show me some weekly settlements, what these niggas is doing. I'll come take your class and I'll go get me some red goddamn motherfucking hair. I'll go get some red motherfucking hair too, bro. Show me, nigga. I'll get some red motherfucking hair. Nigga, show me a couple motherfucking money they making, nigga. You know what I mean? That's what the people want to see. We want to see the settlements. We want to see the fucking money. You know what I mean? Come on over here with Brewster. Come over here with Brewster, man. You know, prison reform. Come on, man. Nigga out here robbing motherfuckers, yo. We out here robbing people, man. I don't speak the motherfucking truth, bro. Fuck that. On my podcast, my show, my platform, I'm gonna speak the truth to the people, yo. People need to know what's going on. They scamming, taking money like, yo, bro, like, we out here having bad days, and you see this feed coming down. Like, this big head motherfucker is just the whole fucking genius of just trucking this shit. Come on, man. People gotta be smarter, man. They selling the fucking lifestyle. Guess what? With Alex Good Energy, right? I had a chick who signed her truck onto me, and she came in the fucking office with this dispatch system that she bought from Alex. I'm like, man, you better get that shit out of here. You know what
Alex is I think he's like a plant. Because he seemed like he kind of came out of nowhere. And if this is the same Alex on the trucking, this dude got damn near 1 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he seems like an industry plant, but that's who he's talking about.
I mean? And guess what? The fucking chick truck is still sitting on my lot because she can't afford to pay me back. So her fucking truck is still sitting, been sitting for a year. But you got the game from Alex Good Energy. That's who you got the game from, and a nigga calls you to get your fucking truck repo. You get what I'm saying? That's all, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Y'all have to be mindful of some of these influencers because a lot of these guys don't really know this business and they'll sell you hope, and ultimately you're buying into these dreams that they're selling, and this industry is not like that. It's just not like that.
Oh, I'm always smiling now, baby. You know what I mean? I'm always smiling. Right now, guess what? I'm fucking taking a load 120 miles I used to get 800 for. Now the people, they feel bad, like, oh, you know, we give you 500. Nah, fuck it, man. You know what I mean? Fuck it, man. You know? That's an easy run, light as fuck. You get what I'm saying? Easy run, light as fuck, yo. Y'all people gotta stop being scammed, man. Go to real truck drivers. You know what I mean? Go to real fucking truck drivers, bro. Real owner operators, and ask them before you give these people money. Yo, is it the right time to get into trucking? This is not the right time to get into trucking, man. This is not the right time to run under your...
as far as is it the right time to get into trucking, I always say that all depends on how you enter into the space. If I were to reinvest fully into the space, I know I would be successful. Obviously, you see Kirk's out here, he's successful. A lot of people that are entering into the space for the first time who lack the knowledge, then yes, it may be not the right time because you're going to have to go through that learning curve that I always talk about. And that learning curve is a lot more expensive in 2023 than when it was when I got into the business in 2010. That learning curve is a lot more expensive, right? It doesn't kind of balance with, what the rates are. And what you also have to realize is what I've been trying to get a lot of people to realize for the past month as well, ever since I did that live stream where I broke down, my personal assets and did a mock, scenario if I were to invest into the space now as a new owner operator with my current cost of living and coming into the box truck space. And I showed you guys, I was completely honest with y'all, that if I were to invest into this space as a brand new owner operator, even with my knowledge, let's say I've never ran a box truck before, but I got a microchip implanted in my brain of that real experience that I have. So I would be knowledgeable. No. Why? Because the max I'm going to make is about 25,000, right? My cost of living is 10 to 11,000 a month, right? So with the margin, right, and the cost that it costs to operate this business, I'm going to have to ultimately lessen my lifestyle. And a big part of my lifestyle is my mortgage, my assessments, car notes, food. I wouldn't be able to afford it. Me personally, I wouldn't be able to afford it. I know people whose lifestyles are 3 times less than mine a month, and they can't afford to operate. You're gonna, something is gonna be neglected. Either you're gonna rob from the sustainability of the business because you have to pay your rent, you gotta pay your mortgage, you may have 2-3 kids, they got field trips, they growing like weeds, you gotta get sneakers. You got light bill, gas bill, you gotta put fuel in your car. So if you're planning on getting into this business as your sole source of income, which pretty much if you're getting into this business, you really can't do anything else. This business takes up all your time. You got to make sure that you can afford to do it. So, I'm kind of on the fence about that. That what he's saying there, because that kind of all depends on how you enter and what your current cost of living. Now, if you're a young guy, right, and you have, let's say, a coach, someone who's been in trucking, and you get a hand-me-down truck, let's say, or you get a truck for a really good rate, you still live at home, you don't have any living expenses, it's just you, and you can really just run it up, and the only thing you got to worry about is maybe a cell phone bill, plus whatever your fixed and variable cost is in the business, you may have a better opportunity of making it than, let's say, a person coming into this space at the current time, right, who doesn't have other streams of revenue coming in, let's say property investments, where let's say they may own a few pieces of property, so they got tenants paying, you know what I'm saying, and they're able to see some profit from some of those properties, other assets that they got money coming in, right? Like the gentleman who was on testimonials last week, retired. If you don't have other streams of revenue, right, and you have a family to support, it just may not be enough money. It took me a while to figure out why people were robbing from the sustainability of the business. And I had to really deep dive and sit down and think and think and think and think. And then when I kind of figured it out, I started talking to people, right, I kind of start talking to people and asking certain questions to get an idea of what their living expenses were. And then I kind of put two and two together. And then that's why I started talking about it. And then that's why I started telling people, you know what? It may be better to come in on a smaller scale. I've been talking about cargo van, right? But some people I've told to come in their personal vehicle. You have people that were on the live stream the other day that came in and thanked me. Man, Mark, I started with my personal vehicle. I'm making X amount of $100 a day. I'm winning out my car. The live stream I did, was it yesterday or maybe the other day, where I showed different apps and I showed you what these rates were in their car. You got people, I showed you a route on Roadie that paid $500 for 75 miles to deliver t-shirts. Now, he talks about the containers. I don't know what video that was in, but I want to pull that one up as far as him talking about the containers coming out of the port, because it reiterates what I've been telling you guys about peak season. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull it up. Guys. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull it up. Let me search it. Let's see. Where is it at? Oh, it might be this one.
Brewster with these containers. I'm signed up with the UIIA. I pull containers from the port in the rail yard. This shit ain't paying, bro, because the fucking freight ain't coming over from China. You know what I mean?
I've been telling you the freight wasn't coming over. He runs the ports. It's not coming over. All right? It's not coming over.
And then I got partners who send me pictures of chicks that, man, damn, man, she killing it in the truck and shit. Nigga, you a pervert, bro. You looking at her fucking body. She's like a fucking stripper, an online fucking stripper, and your goofy ass sending me videos. Oh, man, she killing it. No, nigga, you looking at her body, man. That bitch broke. She ain't got no motherfucking money. I'm running a load right now that used to pay me $1,200. In this fucking traffic for $600. Bro, the freight is fucked up. These niggas out here, Brewster, funny looking alien nation nigga. Yeah, man, come on, man. You can come over here and make this money. Man, bro, I got people that I brought in this trucking industry that had 15 trucks lost all this shit. I had 5 lost them. I can't wait till they repo this motherfucker. I'm out, bro. The race is down. People falling for these fucking Ponzi schemes and all this shit. Come on. If you for us, if for truckers, why are you still trying to steal from us? If you on our team, why are you still trying to steal from us instead of fighting against this shit to make people win? And you just scamming motherfuckers, man. I don't get this shit, bro. So this song get a.
So he talks about the ports and the containers and the containers not coming in. I've already told you that, showed you that, and proved to you that. Now, he said he's waiting for his last truck to get repoed. I hope it doesn't get repoed. I know he's coming from a humorous standpoint, the way he's presenting the content. What he's saying is right. I know he's being humorous about it, and he's really coming for the Brewster guy. I don't know if he's doing that to build up an audience. I'm focusing on the information that he's talking about. I'm not focusing on the Brewster stuff. I'm not focusing on, because this is serious. I'm not focusing on the humorous aspect of it, how he calls him an alien with red dreads or whatever else. I hope the brother already lost 5 trucks. He said he can't wait for him to come repo that. I hope it doesn't happen. But here's another person that runs the ports that's telling you the cargo shipment containers are not coming in. But you got a bunch of content creators in the box truck space that are talking about peak season. And I'm going to speak for my space. Stop listening to people that don't know the hell they talking about. Stop getting your hopes up. Stop getting your dreams up, because I keep telling you this. I've already showed you last year that I know what I'm talking about. I've showed you all this year. Everything that's happened this year, I forecasted it. And not only do I forecast it, I give you solutions. Last year, I told people to start doing curbside final mile. Get in early. Get in early. Get in early. Get in now while people aren't on it, because everybody's still holding on for dear life for OTR. They're holding on, waiting for this peak season. I'm a hater. You don't know what you're talking about. People are gotta buy their kids toys and all this dumb shit. You don't know, and you sound like a hater. People gotta get toys for their kids. So I've already proved to you now what the hell I'm talking about over and over and over again. I'm still 100%. Still 100%. I still have yet to be wrong. Why? Because I know what the hell I'm talking about. You're not going to see a peak season this year. You're not going to see it. You would be seeing it already. There's no containers coming over. Not only are there not no containers coming over, it's like the other day I told you what the hot ticket item for this Christmas is going to be. It's going to be the iPhone 15 for the people who wasn't in the live the other day. That's $1,200. Once a parent spends $1,200, that's Christmas. Merry Christmas, Billy. You think they're going to buy a bunch of other shit? The toy aisles aren't even that deep anymore. You go to Walmart, toy aisle is like 3 aisles now. Kids don't play with toys. They're going to get an iPhone 12 and they're going to get a gift card, a PS gift card, or an Xbox gift card with a couple $100 so they can go buy V-Bucks. That's it. That's Christmas. Where do you think parents are going to get all this money to spend all this money on shit that kids don't even do? Kids don't play with toys no more. You see 5-year-old kids in the back seat with their legs cocked up in the seat, leaning over to the side, looking retarded on a damn iPad or iPhone. When is the last time you seen a little girl playing with a Barbie doll? When is the last time you seen a little boy with a teddy bear? I know the screen froze, but I'm gonna keep talking. It'll unlock. So on top of the fact that, hold on, let me unlock this screen. On top of the fact that there's no shipping containers coming in, on top of the fact that people, the way people used to shop, they don't shop anymore. On top of the fact that kids don't even play with toys no more. So forget the fact that the shipping containers ain't coming in. Kids don't even play with toys no more. So let's say shipping containers was coming in. Kids don't even play with toys no more. The $10,000 is still up to anybody in the box truck space that want to challenge me. I got 10,000. I put it up. We could debate it all day long. It's still up. However you want to do it. Whoever you want to have mediate, just let me know where I need to wire the 10 grand to. I love to take somebody 10 grand. But when I break this stuff down to people, right, I show them the proof. I explain to them why, right? I hit you with the main variables. Now I'm breaking you down little ancillary variables. You still got some people that's sitting around hoping and wishing and praying that peak season is going to come around and save them. You got people selling strategies for peak season. How are you selling a strategy for something that's not, that we're in right now? People are failing right now. People are literally going out of business last December. They pushed peak season back all the way to Christmas Eve because it never showed up. So they just kept pushing it back. They pushed the peak season all the way back to damn near Christmas Eve. Stop buying people's shit. But people are going to continue to buy people's mentorships and their courses and their strategy sessions and this and that and this and that. Then you're going to fail. Then you come to me. And I'm over here telling you what it is anyway, for free. I'm here right now telling you what it's going to be for free. There's no strategy for peak season because it doesn't exist. It's over with. The last peak season was in 2019. That shit you saw in 2021 wasn't a peak season. That was a PPP season. Stop wasting your money with this shit. Be honest with yourself. You got people failing right now. There's no way on God's green earth that any human being that has some sort of ethics about themselves, if you know you don't know what the hell you talking about, if you know you don't have the skill set to be able to maneuver somebody through trucking in this economy, it's easy to sell a person a dream or sell a mentorship or a coaching session in a pandemic when freight is high, freight is through the roof. But you can see people's real skill set right now. The people who really have experience and the real skill set are the people who are able to maneuver people through lanes in this right here. And guess what? It's been pretty damn quiet. I keep telling you, you're going to get the best results from experience. You're going to get the best results from experience. Now you got people calling out people in the trucking lane too. People losing and then somebody in the comments calling him a hater. He's telling the truth. He may be doing it in a humorous way, but pretty much everything he said, I agree with. A person who really cares about the industry is going to get up here and talk to you, especially if they have experience like I do, and do it for free. If they really cared about you, they wouldn't charge you an exorbitant amount of money in a time period where everybody needs their money. I don't have the moral compass to sit up here and charge somebody an exorbitant amount of money and try to coach them on something I don't know shit about. I couldn't bring myself to do it. It's rough out here right now. Forget trucking. It's rough out here in real life. It's rough out here in real life, man. And people taking advantage of people. It's something with a lot of these guys on Instagram. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to offend anyone. Because some people aren't like that. So I don't want to generalize a set of people because there are people that fall into that category that aren't like that. But if you look at the box truck space, the trucking space, a lot of the top guys that are older, it's one thing that they all have in common. Now, I ain't gonna say what it is, and I'm not saying that everybody that fit into that category are the same. You have some people that are genuine and honest, but for the most part, it's something similar. I ain't gonna say what it is. This goes back to what I talk about middle America. My middle America analogy. So, take the wool from over your eyes. This the real world out here, man. Ain't shit in life easy. Nothing. Especially if making money, like if it was easy to make money, everybody would be doing it. When it was easy, everybody was doing it. It's not so easy no more because this is the real world. And you got people struggling to do it, people losing shit, can't do it, people can't afford to do it, people can't figure out how to do it. None of these aspects was in play in 2021. It was just get a truck. You had a truck, you was going to win. It didn't matter what you did, you was going to win. And the people that were selling these hopes and these dreams, they seem like the smartest people in the world because the failure rate, it was hard to fail when there's an overabundance of freight and the rates are really high. Just get a truck, get authorized, and wherever you go, you're going to make money. I don't see anybody pumping out strategy. I don't see anybody telling people, if you want to be a content creator, and this is where I find strange. You know why my channel grows and it grows organically? Like, I don't buy subscriptions. A lot of people have been following my channel for a long time. My channel grows organically. And it's steady growing. You know why? Because I leverage my experience. I brag and I show you that I know what the hell I'm talking about. And if you're a content creator, ultimately I thought the whole thing was to put out content, right? No, YouTube is the #1 viewed platform. People watch YouTube first, then it's cable, then Netflix. Or as Netflix is 2 and cable is 3. YouTube is 1, right? So I look at it like this. If you're a creator in an educational niche, this is educational. This is entertainment. Wouldn't it be wise to show how smart you are in something? So I just get on here and just talk shit and show you guys that I know what the hell I'm talking about. Simple for me because I got the experience. Not hard. Just turn on the camera. This is why I do more live streams than videos. Because see, what happens is, because I'm exposing it. It's hard for people who don't have experience to cut the camera on and live stream. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have experienced people come in the live stream and challenge you on your information. That doesn't happen with me. You have trolls come in that troll, right? But no one challenges me. Because I know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of seasoned. I have semi-truck drivers that watch me. There's semi-truck drivers in here right now. Because I know what I'm talking about. I got people in here that I've turned their business around that never bought a coaching session. I got people in here that listen to me before they started their business and they're out winning right now. Take the wool from in front of your eyes, man. I'm not gonna keep saying this. I'm telling you, I'm gonna stop saying this, man. It's in every single industry, bad actors are getting exposed. Look what they're doing to DJ Envy right now with Tony the Closer and them. Look what's going on, and that's in the real estate side. Look what's going on in some of these other industries. All these different industries, forget trucking, all these different industries, beauty, trucking, real estate, whatever. All these people became influencers during the pandemic, and they took advantage of misinformed people that were ignorant. And ignorant is not a bad thing. It just means you don't know. You lack knowing. You're misinformed. You don't know. And now that the pandemic is over with, we have inflation like never before. The cost of living is extremely high. Rent is going up. Interest rates are high. Rent is going up because taxes are going up. Repairs are going up. When you're a business owner, or you own a property, you just pass your cost along to the consumer. So I don't care when cost goes up. Just pass it along. It's difficult when you're running a lane like, let's say, OTR, middle mile, when you got other people that are in front of you and the shipper. But like for moving, for instance, it's you and the customer. Labor rates go up on what we charge the customer. They ain't going to do it. They're just going to have to pay. Put it on American Express. So every industry, you had bad actors that preyed on people's ignorance. And now in all these lanes, people are losing, they're failing, and they're coming back to call out the people who sold them false information. Because here's the thing. If you're telling somebody, you're charging somebody $10,000, hit the like button too. Hit that like button. I'm going to end this live. And that's another thing. I don't charge. So far, I had 234 people come through here. I got 58 likes. And see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all be quick to go get them 10 grand for Google information. For information that I can share my screen right now and Google for you. But I sit up here and tell you all this stuff that's going to happen. I tell you why it's going to happen. I show you how it's going to happen. And I can't even get the like button hit. I can't even get the like button hit, man. It's crazy right now. It's crazy out here right now. See, it'd be different if I was saying this stuff last year. I went through it last year. I had to prove myself. People were kind of resistant, but we damn near going on 2 years of me still. I'm still 100%. The 10 grand is still up for any person who wants to oppose me and debate me on this. I still got the 10 grand up. It's still up there. I had to destroy this kid yesterday again. I desecrated this kid yesterday. Why do these guys challenge me, man? Why? Desecrated this man on Kirk's channel yesterday. Desecrated this dude. It's not me bragging. It's just the truth. And even if I was bragging, we need people that are bragging on education instead of bragging on how many chicks they slept with or other dumb shit. I'd rather hear a person brag on being educated, being smart. This kid yesterday wants to talk about a course he bought where they took advantage of him and wants to go back and forth with me. Desecrated this dude yesterday. It's not even funny how I destroyed this dude. He went and cried in the car. He definitely cried in the car. I don't know if this guy is trolling. So the rates go up in the winter with snow. Yeah, rates can go up in the winter with snow, depending on what market. If if Minnesota gets hit with 22 inches, or let's say upstate Wisconsin gets hit with 3 feet of snow, yeah, rates are gonna go up because ain't nobody going up there. So even when the rates go up, 9 times out of 10, a person in a box truck gonna see the rates and they not gonna attempt it no way. That's why the rates are high. So yeah, the rates will go up in the winter in some markets. I saw a content creator last year when people were losing their businesses in December during peak season, right? Or what content creators think is peak season, right? In December. And this guy, he thinks he's slick. He screenshots Buffalo, New York, and talk about, yeah, they saying the rates ain't good. Dude, it's Buffalo, New York. If you looked at the weather at that time for Buffalo, New York, they had 3 feet of snow. That's why the rates were what they were. But to an ignorant person who doesn't know better, who didn't understand, wait a minute, let me do a little research. Why are the rates so high in Buffalo, New York, in comparison to everyone else? See, me, I know what to look for, and I know why. 3 feet of snow. Who in their right mind is going to take a risk or a chance on going to Buffalo, New York in a blizzard? So you can end up in a ditch? Because that's where you're going to end up at. You're going to end up in a ditch. It's going to cost you more money trying to get to that money that you ain't going to never get because you're going to end up in a ditch. And there's no long telling how long you're going to be in that ditch because there's going to be a bunch of other trucks that got caught in it that weren't trying to go to get the money. They just were trying to get out of it or just were traveling through and they got caught and got up in the ditch. And there's so many wreckers. It's not like a regular tow truck. When you're dealing with a wrecker, that's a different ball game. Those ain't plentiful like safe tow trucks or flatbeds. And then when that wrecker come, you in the ditch, man, please. If they got to pull out that winch or if they got to put them stomper things down and lift that thing up off the ground and drop that crane. We seen when we had Key to Success come on the channel when his truck went into a ditch up in Wisconsin. It was $5,000 to get him out the ditch. $5,000, and he didn't have it. So yeah, that's why the rates are high. You know, when there's in the winter, doesn't have anything to do with the weather. It's the snow. And I'm in Chicago. I can tell you about trucks stuck in the snow. I can tell you how thirsty the tow truck companies are when you tell them it's a commercial truck. I can tell you the illegal practice. I had 2015. And this is me being ignorant, my younger days, and this is where experience comes in because I can tell you stories, guys. These guys can't tell you stories. In 2015, we had a blizzard. It was the blizzard of 2015, February 1st and February 2nd. I remember the dates. Now, this delivery was about a week or two after the blizzard, right? So the main streets were clear, but the city didn't clear the alleys. The city stopped clearing the alleys 10 plus years ago, right? These guys made the attempt to deliver it in the alley. They pushed through the alley, obviously stopped the truck, spent 30, 40 minutes making the delivery, whatever. When they came back to get in the truck had been sitting in the alley. Now they couldn't get any traction to go. Hours later, all right, it took 3 tow trucks, not to get them out, but because they were in the alley, cars were parked all down the street. So when they got to the end of the alley, there was a car parked all the way to the end of the alley on the right side, and the front bumper was here. So, and it was a cars parked over here. So he wasn't going to be able to tow it out with the tow truck, winch it out, because the tow truck didn't bag back there and hook it. They had to winch it, though. They had to pull the winch all the way back there. So the truck wasn't going to be able to make the turn. So they had to illegally tow this car and this car out the way so that it could make the turn without clipping the car. Right? And the one tow truck guy, he was like, well, we're not going to be able to get it out, Migo, because it's not going to make the turn. So he summons for another tow truck. It was two there, right? And then it was like, we're going to have to move these two cars. And the head tow truck guy thought about it for like 5 seconds. He was like, fuck it, move them. Scott, excuse my French. That's exactly what he says. He's like, fuck it, move them. So without finding who these cars belong to, and guess it, for them to do that, you already know they charged me for it. They illegally moved this car. They illegally moved this car, towed them out the way so that when they winched it out, he could hook it, make the turn out. Boom. Drop the truck, and then they backed those cars back into their parking space. And they charged me for that too. But they saw an opportunity to capitalize on my my crew did this stuff, but I'm the owner of the company, so I got to pay for it. So they saw the moment, an opportunity to capitalize on my misfortune. They charged me for it. So it happens. So that's why rates are high in the wintertime in some markets like Minnesota, upstate Wisconsin, Buffalo, New York, places like that. When they get hit with blizzards, yeah, the rates are going to be high because people got things that need to move. And they're going to see and hope and pray that, some idiot is going to make the attempt, and maybe that idiot that makes the attempt may make it through. And if they do, we're willing to pay a premium on it. So, man, I just wanted to just tell y'all that, like, man, take the wool from over your eyes. Listen, these mentorship programs, these master courses and all that stuff, that's fine and dandy. I feel like the value that I bring for free on YouTube is enough. And the people who want to spend time on strategy, I feel like a coaching session is enough. And I feel like only if the person is experienced. If someone doesn't provide enough value for you for free, why would you invest an exorbitant amount of money for a coaching session when you or a mentorship or a masterclass or whatever it is they're offering if they haven't even shown you that they're knowledgeable? It's like you're taking a chance. And this is why people are failing. This is why people are complaining. This is why people like this guy is calling out Brewster. This is why like DJ Envy is getting called out, and all these other people and all these other different industries are getting called out, because all these things were created during the pandemic because people had an exorbitant amount of money and they were just willing to spend it with people without doing the proper due diligence, the proper research on if these people were skilled and had the experience in these industries. So stop spending the money on inexperienced people, and you won't have to worry about purchasing your failure or purchasing your path to failure. I just made that up. I'm going to start using that. Stop purchasing your path to failure. I'm going to use that. Let me write that down. Purchasing your path to failure. Purchasing your path to failure. Yeah, stop doing that, man. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. And somebody said this is where I get flat, but I haven't gotten it no more. People gonna stay away from you when you got information and they trying to sell people stuff because they don't want you to desecrate them like I had to do this dude yesterday. They don't want you to do it. They want to keep things peaceful. But I hate when people come to me with these sad stories, man. I hate it. Like that testimonial last week, that shit still doesn't set right with me. But I'm going to talk about it more later this week. This week is going to be dedicated to what I'm talking about now. I'm going to spend a whole week, and I'm going to really put on a good show Thursday. I am going to put on a great show Thursday. I'm writing a script for Thursday. I got it all panned out from the thumbnail to the just how I'm going to do the layout of it, the compare and contrast. Wait to Thursday's show. I've been working on this show for the past 5 days. I'm going to spend this whole week on this. And then I'm going to move on. All right? I'm going to move on. All right? You have to be honest with yourself. Stop listening to these guys. Know what your numbers are. Know what your lifestyle is. Know that, guess what? If you get into this business, sacrifices are going to have to be made. Sacrifices are going to have to be made. I'm going to take a few questions and I'm going to go to bed. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. I spent my whole day today. Well, I don't know why my camera keep freezing. I spent my whole day today coaching people. Some book coaching sessions, some were free. It's still frozen. Some were coaching sessions that people booked, and some were free. Did a live stream at 2. Brought y'all to Freight Validate people to give you the information on double brokering. Back here tonight because so many people keep getting duped by these people. I'm going to take a few questions, man. And then I'm out. Shout out to Fonzo the Trucker. Calvin Birch, you are doing an amazing job to tell us and giving amazing gems to make the transportation business better. Appreciate you. The reason why I do is because the transportation industry has just been good to me, so I don't mind sharing information. I tell you all the time, I can give you the information because 98% of y'all ain't going to take the information and run with it no way. My camera freezing on me. Now my camera hating on me. All this money I spent and the camera is hating on me. You see what I'm saying? Is it best to not drive in the snow or just find routes that ain't in the snow? Only been at 2 months, ain't ready for winter. I don't know where you're at, what market you're in, but if you're up here, up north, it's going to be times you're going to have to drive in certain levels of snow. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a blizzard, you're talking about 2 feet, 3 feet of snow, then no, you want to wait for the street to clear. Now, if you're from down south somewhere and you run an OTR and you scared of the snow, if you scared, then don't do it. Just stay down south. But I'm going to tell you one thing. The rate's going to always be good up here. But if you scared, then ain't no sense of coming up here tackling this snow and you ain't used to driving in it and you scared. You used to driving in the snow. My New Yorkers know what I'm talking about. My Minnesota people, my Chicago people, my Wisconsin people, Indiana people. It's nothing for us. We got to get it how we live. Schools don't even close. It's got to really be a blizzard for things to shut down. We got 2 feet of snow and you still got to go to school. I watched Atlanta, when was that, 2019? They had like a little mist of snow, and they shut the whole city down. People stuck on the expressway panicking and shit like that, all type of shit. Listen, it's got to be a blizzard, about 3-4 feet of snow for anything to shut down. 2 feet of snow, things are still ticking. 2.5 feet of snow, things are still moving. They had like a little dust of snow. The whole city shut down. People getting stuck on the expressway for days or whatever it was. I heard, man, it was crazy to me when I saw that. We up here looking down at the news, looking at y'all like, man, what is the issue? My camera freezing up. You talking about the guy yesterday? I heard his feelings. Hey man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. That's his fault for buying that course and letting them people sell him a dream, telling him that if he put $10,000 in a bank account, the bank will loan him $50,000. That's his fault. It's his fault for believing it. It's his fault for trying to explain it. It's his fault for challenging me on why you can do it, for me to ultimately prove to him that you couldn't do it. So, sometimes the truth will hurt, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully he took the information and took heed to it. Let me see. You said you missed the show. Drop the link. It was Kirk's live from yesterday morning. Shout out to Chris. Appreciate you watching, man. Shout out to CDA CEO. Say you're going to check out a van tomorrow. What do you always tell us? Do your due diligence before you jump into the business. Definitely do your due diligence. I think the video that I showed earlier for B. Antonio Davis, I think he was spot on. Especially, the main thing I wanted y'all to focus on is when he talked about the shipping containers, because I want to try to show y'all from different aspects, even with Freight Validate on. You talking about 30 years of experience in freight brokerage. The CEO of the company owns a brokerage. I'm not going to tell you which one. It's a pretty big one. And when I asked Nathaniel in the live earlier, decades of experience in brokering, I asked him about peak season. He reiterated the same thing. So I'm going to keep, because it's one thing for me to tell you, but some people just don't want to take heed to me. So I'm going to find other industry experts, like real experts, and I'm going to ask them to reiterate. And I'm just not even to reiterate. I'm just going to ask them, what do you think? We're going to see a peak season? No. Anybody that's knowledgeable, that has experience in the industry, can already project if it's going to be a peak season or not. Mark, I need that shirt in 2X. 10-4. I'll send you one. Text me your address. Because they're afraid of you, Mark. You may expose them and it may put them out of business. Man, listen here. Here's the thing, man. If people just... I don't like seeing people get taken advantage of. I hate when I do coaching sessions and it starts off with, I just have to be honest with you. I came from this person. I paid for this. I paid for that. And, I got taken for a ride of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I hate starting coaching sessions out like that. But it is what it is. So I my way of fighting back is just to put out more information, more content. Shout out to the haters. There's always one hater that come with the thumbs down. You already know who it is. So as soon as I get off the live, we're gonna send that little bag of money. We're gonna send that little bag of money, man. We're gonna find out who did that. Now, you know what? I ain't gonna do it for this. It's just one thumbs down. So I appreciate the hater, because we know who the hater is. It's somebody that's in the space that, is taking advantage of people. So, see, the thing is for a person to hit the thumbs down button, it's one thing if you're doing what you're telling people and talking against. So if I was selling mentorships, as an experienced person, right, and I was talking down on people who sold them for unexperienced, obviously what I'm talking down on them for is because I'm trying to leverage my opportunity. I'm telling you, don't buy from them, buy from me, but I don't sell it. What I see people are I see people falling victim to a lack of knowledge, and they're spending an exorbitant amount of money, and then they come to me and complain. So what I do is I just turn on the camera and talk about it. I don't expose anybody. I don't tell people's names because it's a multitude of people. It's not just one in particular person. It's a multitude of people. I just cut the camera on and turn it into content and use it as a teaching tool and educate people. So the thumb down actually helps the algorithm as well, from what YouTube, my research said. So the more you scale up, the more people that are going to hate on you. So, I actually, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't hit the thumbs down. When there's like misinformation I see, I don't hit the thumbs down button. I just don't do anything. I just don't do, like, that's a real sucker move to like hit the thumbs down. Like that's like some real sucker shit to me. Like, I'm gonna hit the thumbs down button, like clown shit, bro. It is what it is, man. Let me see. I said I was gonna take some questions. Big Zo said he unfollowed all the goofies on Instagram, tired of the grimy, snaky activity. Yeah, I hear you. Let me see. Should I leave this live up or should I knock it down? There was a dude from California who did a 16-foot box truck from California to Illinois for $3,400. And since I saw the video, his business doesn't even exist anymore. Nah, man, you gotta really access these people and their motives. He checked the bag during the pandemic and used this status on the internet to continue to deceive people. Who y'all talking about? Who y'all talking about? I thought Alex was good people. I never moved to buy his courses, though. I'm not wasting money on your promises or dragging late. So the thing with Alex is, he may, I don't want to call him an industry plant. I don't want to call him, and it may be two different Alexes. Let me see. I'm talking about Alex, the trucking guy. Let's see. Alex Good Energy. That's another Alex. Good Energy Worldwide. Build the right team with Alex Good Energy Burton. Yeah, so I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the other Alex. He's talking about this guy, Alex. I've seen him pop up. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Building the right team with Alex Good Energy Burden. $1 million black-owned business, how to do it. Alex Good Energy and Jeremy Hill. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I was talking about the other guy, Alex, the trucking guy. The white guy, not the black guy. Let's see here. But even though the white Alex guy, I think he might be a plant. You ain't lying about the snow here in the South. Charlotte, North Carolina, 1/2 inch of snow, bread, eggs, and milk are gone. So, appreciate your time and night, my brother. Appreciate you. Asia Mai, he just pretty much, like, his content is pretty much just like news based. He'll just present the news to you and react to it. I don't really see him, doing like what I do in the box truck space, for the trucking space, as far as giving strategy, forecasting, things of that nature. When it comes to forecasting, even people with experience, if they're not really good at it and they don't know how to read charts and they're not good with economics from like a macro standpoint, they're not going to take the risk on forecasting stuff because they don't want their credibility. So they play it safe. See, me, I don't play it safe. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm good at what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at what I do, and I also know that I'm human. Forecasting is a skill, right? And there's going to be one day I'm going to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But my wins are going to, because I'm good, right? My wins are going to outweigh my losses. But I'm smart enough to know that one time I am wrong, depending on how long I'm on YouTube for, I know that one time I am wrong, people are going to desecrate me for it. They're going to forget the fact that I had a 2-year run or a 3-year run or a 4-year run where I was right. And that one time I'm wrong, they're going to desecrate me for it. But I'm smart enough to know that. I'm strong enough to deal with it. Because at the end of the day, I'm just wrong. The real people are going to be like, well, man, you've been right all these times. But you're going to have some people that's waiting on it. You're going to have people that's waiting on it. But, I'm brave enough to make the forecast. You know what I'm saying? I'm brave enough to make the forecast because I have the experience and I study the market, I do the research, and I make the call. So nobody else is doing it. So that's a lane that I chose that no one else is doing. So I'll do it, So uh, uh who y'all talking about? Can't trust a lot of boots on the ground, cold calling work. Oh, okay. So why is it difficult for owner operators to go out and work with shippers and receivers directly? Somebody answered this. Can't trust a lot of boots on the ground, cold calling work. Once don't want to do the grudge work. Cantrell, Mosley's speech, knowledge, and social skills. It can be done, got a network. So everything they're telling you is right. You got to have relationships. You got to network. So it can be done, but it's not difficult, but it's not easy. It's not easy either. You just have to network. The easiest way to create and build a network is just years of experience. When you're in the space, the more you move around the space, you're going to continuously meet people. And as you meet people, you're going to network, right? And you're going to build relationships. And then once you build those relationships, you can start leveraging those relationships into better opportunities. It's simple as that, but it's not so simple because in order to build a strong network, it's going to take time. It's going to take time to meet the right people. It's going to take time to build those relationships, right? It's going to take time to leverage those relationships. So, what cargo van space do you recommend for someone with a record that has $10,000 to start? I would definitely go 10,000 to start. I'd probably go stay local. I do small parcel, final mile. Maybe getting in some of those third party logistics companies may be a little bit difficult with your record, depending on what your record is for and how long ago it was. But you still have those gig app options, options that don't really, where you're not really going into a person's house, where you're doing a lot of doorstep stuff. It's less liability depending on what your criminal background is on, and they'll give you an opportunity. Some places where you're going into the home and things of that nature, if you have a criminal record and it's, and maybe like it's for certain things, like maybe something dealing with maybe like theft or maybe like sexual assault, something like that, where they don't want to take a risk of you going into somebody's house, maybe with a person's wife and she's just at home and you're delivering something. You got to spend time in there assembling. They probably won't hire you, but depending on what your background, your record is, if you're doing something on small parcel side that is curbside or that's just getting dropped off on the front porch of the door where you're not coming in direct contact with a customer, they'll give you an opportunity because the liability isn't there that, you're going to be a detriment to the consumer. Shout out to Marcel. I see you. Can't trust. I appreciate y'all input. Yeah, networking 100% takes time. That's another reason why I do these lives too. It's just not about me talking. It's about people in the chat helping each other out. I see that a lot too. So salute to everybody that helps each other out in the chat. So it's sometimes I just go live so people can interact and network with each other in the chat and exchange information. So that's what it's all about. Building a platform in the community for people to all learn from each other. So let me see. Hey Mark, did Vincent the box truck hobbyist reach out to you? No, I never heard of him. Never heard of him. Why did he say he was going to reach out to me? I've never even heard of him before. Well, does he have a channel or something that you told him to reach out to me? What's his name? Vincent the box truck hobbyist. Let's see. Vincent the box truck hobbyist. No, I don't even see the guy on YouTube. Does he got a YouTube channel? Vincent the box truck hobbyist. Yeah, I don't see the guy. Yeah, I don't see him. No, I don't know who he is, CDA CEO. He ain't reach out to me. What y'all talking about? Y'all in here calling people cluckers. Who's a clucker? Who y'all calling a clucker? Man, that dude from Small Box Trucking is a complete clucker. I saw him on the podcast and he was a joke. I think I know which podcast you're talking about. But hey, when that dude was around, a lot of people wanted me last year to, a lot of people came to me to kind of validate if what he was saying was true or not. And last year, I was busy trying to build the channel, right? So I tried to steer clear of, exposing a lot of information. I try to steer clear of it now. I don't like to go back and forth with people. It's just not healthy to me. And to me, it's a waste of time. Person throw shots at me, then I'll throw shots back. So last year when people were, coming to me to validate if what he was saying was right or wrong, I would tell people that's highly unlikely. But for a person to be in a 16-foot box truck and run the way he was running, and say he was making the type of money he was making, if he was making the money, he was definitely running illegally. There's no question in my mind. And anybody that thinks that, the numbers that he was saying were real or he was able to do what he said he was doing and stay in compliance, if you believe that, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sophia for that $19 super chat. Man, why is my camera freezing tonight? Let me drop them coins. Where's some coins at? Boom. Appreciate that super chat. Yeah, so yeah, man, a lot of the stuff he was saying was just, I don't want to say it was misinformation. I just think he knew exactly what he was doing. I think he was preying on the ignorance. He saw an opportunity with the pandemic. He knew people had money. He knew that the interest was high as far as getting into the box truck space. He took advantage of the opportunity and preyed on people that were misinformed. And he probably made a lot of money doing it. And when the interest in the box truck space died down, when the market shifted and the hype wasn't there anymore and he couldn't capitalize off the hype and people's ignorance, he did like what a lot of other people did. He vanished. He vanished. You know, so it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So, shout out to Axel too. I want to thank Axel for that live stream we did earlier. That that live stream wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Axel. Axel showed a real sign of selflessness because this was a connection that he had, and he reached out to me and presented the opportunity to me, and my response was, well, man, this is a good opportunity for your channel. And he said, well, Mark, you have a bigger platform, and I'm more concerned about the information reaching a wider audience. So this is Axel. This is what Axel is telling me in that conversation. I'm like, are you sure? He was like, yeah, I'd rather you do it. You have a bigger platform than me. I'm more concerned about the information reaching a larger audience. So that's how that live stream happened earlier. So I want to take this time to publicly thank Axel for that opportunity and to allow me an opportunity to build a relationship with that company and the CEO and Nate. And like I said, it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Axel. So I want to take this time to thank Axel, give him a round of applause. And shout him out for that. Yeah, so I just wanted to jump on here tonight, guys, and talk some shit and rock out with y'all for a minute. And I guess I'll be back. I don't know if Kirk wants to do a live tomorrow. Maybe we'll do one. I do got a testimonial coming up Wednesday, and then Thursday I think I got a good show for you. I hope it's a good show for you guys. You know what I'm saying? It may make some people mad, but it's something that I feel like I got to do. And once I do it, I'm gonna move on. I take this information stuff very, very serious. I hate to see people get misinformed, and because they're misinformed, their businesses fail. Like this guy had 5-6 trucks. He lost 5. He's talking about he's waiting for him to come repo this one. Like I hate when people talk like that. Even the other story he said about the lady, her truck get repoed. People that DM me and tell me that they're going out of business, and people that leave comments saying that they're going out of business, or people that come and been taken on a ride by other people because they bought and spent these exorbitant dollars on these classes and all this dumb shit. I saw a lady on Instagram, paying for sponsored ads for a master class for $850 on how to do Amazon and how to dispatch. Like, man, they preying on people in a time like this when people really don't have the money. And especially if you're in this trucking space, a lot of people don't have the extra money to really, get in it. And then the people who are getting it, you're preying on them because they're trying to figure out a way to make more money, because a lot of people think the road to financial freedom is entrepreneurship. And I can't say that that's a 100% true. I can't say that. I can't say that because it's not true. The path to financial freedom may not be entrepreneurship for everyone. Not everybody is going to have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. They're not going to be willing to sacrifice. They may not comprehend that good. You know what I'm saying? They may not be good with money. If you're not a person that's good with money, you're not going to be a good businessman. If you're a person who likes to gamble and go to the casino, you're not going to be a good businessman. If you're a slow learner, it's hard for you to comprehend things. You can't read, you can't write. You're not going to be a good businessman. If you're not willing to sacrifice and do whatever it takes, you're not going to be a good businessman or woman. if you're not good at problem solving, you're not going to be a good businessman or woman. Not everybody is cut out to be a business owner. Some people are just cut out to be told what to do. And there's nothing wrong with it. Some people are just cut out to be delegated. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's another thing. People got to get this out their mind that, this whole boss culture, it's not for everybody, man. It's just not. It's not. I've told y'all my sacrifices 1,000,001 times over. So I think I came and made my point. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this up. Maybe I'll leave it up to the morning. A lot of people that drive overnight, they tell me, man, the live streams help them get through the night. So maybe I'll leave it up, overnight. But I know somebody that fell for it only to find out that he has to travel to ATL to get Amazon warehouse training before he could even run under his BTS Partners Authority, I guess Business Partners Authority. Dispatching people on Amazon is crazy to me. Yeah, that's crazy to me too. I don't understand it, bro. I don't. What time is the Thursday show? 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, y'all. I just wanted to kick it with y'all. Friday I was in Atlanta and a box truck was complaining. A box truck driver was complaining to me about this guy. I don't even want to say his name. I had a coaching session today and somebody bought his class and they weren't happy either. But, it is what it is, man. You gotta be man, I don't know, man. It's aggravating. It's aggravating to me, that people really prey on people, especially during times like this, man. And that's why, if you guys remember, last year I started streaming 3 nights a week because people were struggling. And I started coming on 3 nights a week to help give people alternatives and solutions to their problem. I made myself more accessible. And then when peak season was over with, or what people thought was peak season and people were struggling, I tried to save as many businesses as I could by coming on 3 nights a week, answering a lot of questions. And then when the holiday season was over with and we came into Q1 of this year, I cut the Sunday night out. Remember, I used to go live every Sunday night. I cut the Sunday night out. I used to go live every Tuesday. So I cut Sunday night out, I cut Tuesday night out, and I just started streaming Thursday. And now look me, I'm back. Now we're going through the same cycle again this year. We're going through another exodus. We're in the midst of it right now. And now here I am streaming damn near 5 nights a week. Because I have to make myself more accessible, because more people need the information, right? And then even when I'm not streaming, when I'm telling you my DM and my messenger and my email, I'm telling you, it's off the chain. It's off the chain, man. A lot of people are having a hard time. So if people really cared about people in the space, they would do anything and everything to help them. They would make themselves more accessible. But people, they want to monetize it. And, a lot of people that are monetizing it really don't have the experience. It's my calling to give back to something that has, given so much to me. It's only right. And I've always done good. I've hired, man, there's no telling how many people I've hired over time. I run into people and people be like, man, you don't remember me? I used to work for you. I done had so many people, I don't even remember 3/4 of the people that work for me. When I run into the street, people stop me in, restaurants, clubs, the gym, on the street. I don't remember these people. I ran into a guy at a restaurant. He was the security at the restaurant. He came up to the table like, man, you don't remember me? I'm, clutching like, damn, what I do to this? He's like, man, I used to work for you. So I had to ask him like, man, like how did it end? Because dude, you work at the restaurant. I don't want you to spit in my food, dude. I'm trying to figure out, do we need to get up and leave? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, no, I just, I did Office Depot for you, and you told me you had to let me go. You warned me because Dynamics kept telling you that I wasn't finishing the route. I was coming back with too much freight. I wasn't finishing the route. And you kept warning me that they kept, talking to you about me. And one day after so many warnings, you told me you had to let me go because I couldn't get the route done. You said you were polite about it. And he's like, I couldn't get it done. I had never done it before, and you had guys that were completing it. I don't know how they were completing it, but it just didn't work for me, and you told me you had to let me go. You were respectful about it. You called me into the office, you closed the door, and you told me you had to let me go. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I run into people all the time that have worked for me. I just don't remember them. So, but I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. It's been fun. I'll lead us up for the rest of the night. I will see y'all one day this week. Peace.